How am I doing? I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Although it's about to get really cold in Montreal. Really cold. And I'm not looking forward to that. I've been around the industry and I haven't found a company that loves the idea of new ideas, new content, new franchises, new games more than Ubisoft. It's really at the heart of everything we do. Sometimes when you look at these big groups from the outside, it looks like, oh, there's just this big monolith planning evil empire thing, right? And I can tell you on the inside, yeah, it's the evil empire, but at the same time, this particular evil empire loves creativity. This is the #1 company for creative new ideas, for creating brands, from my experience. Internally, I have more freedom here to express new ideas than I have anywhere else. And I've been doing this for 17 years. The answer is way easier than it is at other companies. It's possible. It's a lot of work. It has to be a great idea. It has to be, has to have long-term potential. It's got to be something that excites a lot of people. So it's really hard to make a new thing. Yes, it is. But if you have a great idea that actually is going to fit and be a big hit, Ubisoft's a great place to try and pitch it because they'll say yes. Right. This is a tough one. There's lots of different kinds of gamers. There's gamers who want a wild ride. Wahoo! Right, and that's great. And then there's gamers who want something that's more thoughtful, right? And sometimes you have gamers that want both, or neither one of those, and they want something else and want something else. Can you make something that's easy to understand quickly, fun to get into, and then also has some great ideas in it, some cool philosophy, maybe a little bit of history? And I mean, Assassin's Creed? This company, to me, has the greatest example of actually achieving that. I think that the trick, of course, the way that you do it is by making the intellectualism and the more interesting ideas, they're not interesting ideas, but the more complex ideas, optional. Something that you can engage with as you go, something that you're not required to pick up right from the beginning so that you can get invested emotionally, and then your interest and your curiosity can carry you forward. That's how you do it. It's really hard to do, though. It's really hard. So we live in this incredible time. We live in this amazing time. When I was growing up as a gamer, all games were indie games. There were no large publishers. And then suddenly every game was coming from a large publisher. Now we have both. We have small platforms, medium platforms, large platforms. We can get games on our phones. We can get games on our consoles. We can get games on on the wall magnets on our refrigerator. Xbox Live and PSN and these online networks are a fantastic way to get new content out there quickly, to get shorter experiences out there, to get stuff that is maybe a little more experimental. What I think is cool about cross-media is that it has a way to get across more detail, more interesting stuff, a variety of information. There's a temptation, I think, for publishers to use it as to do cheap marketing, right? Transmedia is great when it's filling a real curiosity need in the part of the fans. Right. Here's our demographics slide, and you can see the dude in the suit, right? Who's like, I thought our studies show that we're missing a market opportunity here, right? Yeah. It doesn't work like that. No, none of us would put up with that, right? I mean, I've seen those kinds of presentations, and when they're made, the creative folks in the room, I'm like. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Creating a video game is incredibly complex. It comes from teams. It comes from groups of people who are collaborating together and who trust each other and who've learned to work together and who've learned to fight together and who've learned to challenge each other's ideas. And so what happens at Ubisoft is you have these creative people with lots of opinions, lots of experience about what makes great games, and they come together in a room and they fight, right? Right? You walk out and what's left on the whiteboard is a bunch of great stuff. And that's how we do it here. And I don't know of a better way to do it. The challenge is to prevent that from happening, right? I mean, look at Far Cry 1 and Far Cry 2, right? I mean, there are commonalities, and the experiences are related for sure, but there's such a difference. In fact, look at Ubisoft's history. Assassin's Creed emerged out of Prince of Persia. We've got lots and lots of examples of stuff like that. All through the Clancy universe, we've got examples of games that were spin-offs from other games and ideas that spawned other ideas. Yeah, I thought about this question. I saw it when it came up, and it's tough. It's tough, right? Because you have to say first, in what way? Or like working here or watching it evolve, or what are you talking about, right? I started reflecting on it and like, what is this? And then I got this clear flash, this clear memory in my head. It's a gameplay moment that permanently changed the way that I think about what games can do and how it can affect you. It's the Eagle Airy moment from Assassin's Creed. It's when you jump off of the towers in Assassin's Creed. That moment where your character does the swan dive and the camera pulls back and you hear that shriek, and it's such a rush, right? But it never fails to bring a smile to my face, to lift my heart. I love it. It's beautiful, and we do so little of that in the games industry. I love working at a company where something like that is considered one of the greatest achievements, right, of what we've done. So to me, it's the joy of the Eagle moment in Assassin's Creed.